Hello, this is Will House Talkrock, and welcome back to my Let's Play / appreciation / for Will I've done over Soulstorm. Last we left off, I had just taken that turret in the bottom left. That's where it has the fleur-de-lis sign that's on there now. And we'll talk. I'm recording this after the fact because my mic did not record the first time.
Little was ever uncovered, and little will ever be known of how the warp storm was unleashed on the Karava system's 4th habitable planet. Where the guardsmen
that second sentence, guardsmen there grew corrupt and turned to evil worship, is true. If you beat the game with chaos, it turns out that one of the guardsmen had latent psychic powers, and he wasn't, tracked down. And once, if you have latent psychic powers, apparently the chaos gods can talk to you, and he fell under the sway of chaos. This is the peninsula of Isolt. I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these names. So this is the Chaos Stronghold mission, and once you beat them, they will be out of the count, out for the count, and they will be unable to reinforce the other territories. You can expect a large amount of fighting to occur here, because it's just not exactly a very fun mission. Okay, there's the object I mentioned in the last episode. That's actually their relic unit. The Sisters of Battle and Chaos are the only ones that have a relic unit that can fly.
They come!
They come!
We feel them!
Yes!
They approach!
We feel them! Oh, sorry, I was just off.
Flow at our feet! Blood for the
These guardsmen are rather tall. I guess you have to be like around over 5 foot, around 6 foot or higher to join Chaos. One thing I'm always ashamed of is how many of the characters in video games are often tall and not short. Hard to get short characters in anything but, well, Sims, I guess. Those demons, you can deep strike them, so after you build them, you can sell them. That unit right there, the relic unit, you will never see it in this mission. I know that doesn't, well, actually, yeah, you will. Okay, you will, never mind. Sorry, I was getting confused. There's a Demon Lord unit that's the final level. If you get all the war gear for the Chaos, you turn into a Demon Lord, and it's just awesome. You just turn into this big hulking melee unit that can cut through about anything. Those flying units were the Hell Talons that were introduced into this DLC. They're not that great, like all the other flying units. Okay, so I'm recording this after the fact, so, that's why I can talk about this as happening. Since we have all these buildings that that's part of the Sisters of Battle perk that we have, we went ahead to build all these buildings, and we're at the bottom part of the map, and there's this big hill that's in the way, and as the game goes on, oh yeah, that's the main base that you see right there, and you cannot assault that main base until you take out all the other shrines. There's a base in the bottom of the map, top left, I guess, top right, and bottom left. The one in the bottom left that only produces mechanized units, the one in the middle produces tons and tons of infantry, and like I said, if you try to assault it, your units will take damage, and their buildings will recoup any damage you deal to them. So there's really not that many shortcuts in this. The relic unit in the top left is guarded by a big base, and we're going to have to take out that base. So let's go ahead and establish, take all these strategic points, and then we'll go from there. While I'm there, I'm going to rant a little bit about Premiere Elements, which is the software program that I use. If you narrate, you can add a narration. But if you want to listen to the video, you have to hear yourself talk with a delay. Like, there's no way to turn off the microphone so that you don't have to hear yourself speak. And if anyone's ever done that, trying to talk with a microphone active, it's kind of hard to talk, hearing your own voice just a half second later. So I'm actually recording this using Windows 10 audio recorder, and then I'm going to put it back in the Premiere Elements, but it's kind of annoying. I serve the sisterhood.
I remain.
Hopefully, yeah, I'm still recording.
All but the faithful perish.
So you hear that vroom, 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 vroom in the background. That's because my
Witchcraft, heresy, and
commander
mutation.
unit has a chain sword, and every time they come on screen, you hear that vroom, 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 vroom. And it gets annoying for me. I know it probably gets annoying for you too. I humbly await orders. You will. But okay, I'll stop impersonating. No, she's gonna keep on impersonating people. So with this particular stronghold defeat, just like all the other ones, that happens in, you know, when we took out the Imperial Guard, it said enter in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and all of them do that. All of them get harder as time goes on. In this case, the sequence for why they get harder is the amount of Chaos Shrines you take out. So if you take out the Chaos Shrines quickly without taking out the other bases, you will be inundated with units. And so that's why when you do these, you have to just sort of do them. You have to take out the bases first before you take out too many of the shrines. You have to intentionally avoid some of the shrines before you do anything else. How long is this one going to be? It's going to be about 13 more minutes. I may be about to sneeze. Let me turn off the mic for a second. I feel like that was a productive sneeze. I'm recording this at night because I can't sleep, and apparently this is what I do when I can't sleep. If you wonder why all the episodes end with me saying have a nice night, it's because usually I'm playing this at night, and that's when I think most people watch YouTube videos, when they have nothing better to do with their life and they can't sleep. You see all the blood on the ground. To have persistent bodies on, that's a setting you can turn off. I think it may cause some memory glitches to have them on there, but anyway. Alright, I got all these upgraded, and I'm good to go there.
I serve.
Alright. That's the Holy Reliquary, and that'll help us get some of these upgrades. I'll tell you what, narrating this while I'm watching it just kind of reminds me a bit how, like, I don't know how much I talk while I play because I'm trying to decide what to do. That thing in the middle between those two minefields is a tainted auspex, I think, whatever it's called. Anyway, it basically allows you to see what's going on. Since my commander has that upgrade that lets it see infiltrated units, that's, like I said, that's this game's notion of cloaked. They have to say infiltrated. They can see those minefields. It's annoying when you're attacked because these units sometimes go to the left of the big hill in front of you, sometimes to the right. Oh yeah, remember that phosphor grenades affect everybody inside the squad. So if there's a huge squad attacking you, you should use phosphor grenades. That's some unique dialogue for the... Sometimes on some of the missions, stronghold missions, your army has unique dialogue. Now in Dark Crusade, there would actually be dialogue for the actual stronghold unique. So when the Tau attacked the Space Marines and then took the relics, the Space Marines said, "Let go of that shrine, Xenos," and the Tau would say, "You can keep your gods," because the Tau are basically agnostic. But in this case, you know, the missions don't change that much. Chaos, for instance, never has unique dialogue. They just say, "They come," "the enemy comes." That's why when you defeated the Imperial Guard, they just said, "the enemy," because there was a unique dialogue about, you know, which race was attacking which stronghold. Now, your faction, in case of the Citrus Battle, they do have unique dialogue. Anyway, so let me just say this. The best way to guard your base is not by... Oh yeah, right here I'm showing off that there's a... Seeing if I could jump over there with a Seraphim squad and actually try that. I stopped the game here in a few seconds. Not a few seconds. A few minutes. And I try attacking with Seraphim, but you're just quickly overwhelmed. There's no reason to do it. Anyway, that area right there I was just pointing out, we are actually going to build a ecclesiarchal chapel, our main thing, our main building, and that kind of caps that point because anyone that attacks you has to go down that point. And sadly, you'll notice. Let me get that upgrade, and there it goes. Yay, armor. Like I said, the armor doesn't change your armor type. It simply gives you more hit points, and I guess that's quote-unquote armor. Oh, we are being attacked a little bit. Who's attacked? Oh, those guys. Nah, they slipped by us. It's odd that the AI doesn't attack our servitor units, which is nice because we can always use them to just heal up anything that gets done. So let me just say how much I love the Chaos Army. You saw me zoom in on them real quickly there. They have some of the best dialogue in the game. You know, every army has a certain dialogue when their morale is broken. For the Sisters of Battle, some of the units say, Emperor, save us.
I serve
Um,
the sister. I submit.
The Chaos, some of them say, even a warped mind can see that the odds are against it. And the Imperial Guard say, where's our fire support? And when the Chaos get their morale back, they say, it was a temporary madness. Anyway, the game, let me say the aesthetic of the game, fits Chaos very well, because Chaos is very much, that's me pondering if I could jump Seraphim Squad and tackle that base. That base only produces mechanical units, and only they produce defilers. You can easily win a multiplayer game if you can build like 3 defilers at once, because defilers just take up so much damage. Let me get that. That actually increases your hero, your canoness. That's basically it. I think it affects veteran superiors as well, your commander units. But anyway. If you look at the objectives, you'll see that those are those 5 Chaos Shrines, and like I said, as you take out each one, the AI reacts harder and harder to the point where they're just pumping out units every 2 seconds. Alright, Seraphim built that. Remember that the Honor Guard you bring in, when they don't count against your squad cap, so you want to keep them alive, because when they die, I don't know what causes that particular dialogue. Anyway, when they die, you can't get them back. So I do not build this right. If I built it right, basically units only attack the front of the chapel. And where I build it, which is a very bad place to build it, they attack both the left and the front. Or just, they attack 2 sides as opposed to 1 side. I'm about to sneeze again. Mute the mic.
Be it your will. I am equipped for that.
Okay, that was also a productive sneeze. Make sure I'm still recording, and I do appear to be still recording. Hopefully after this I might be able to take get back to sleep. Another thing, like I said before, even though it shows that something's being built, it has that building animation, it may not be built, your ecclesiarchal servant can die, and then it shows that it's always being built, when in fact the ecclesiarchal servant's not there building it. So that's another mismatch I don't quite like about the game. Alright. So the infantry are coming from the main base. Those are Khorne Berserkers. They're melee units. Higher in melee. They're like the Sister of Pincha squad. They have a special ability called the Mark of Khorne that makes all the units around it flee. Now I have the hiccups, so this Let's Play is cursed.
Your will be done.
People talk about the curse of the Let's Play, which is whenever you do a Let's Play, you often can't talk, or something glitches out, you try to show something, it just doesn't work. Since I'm recording this after the fact, a little bit less, although if you listen close, you just heard me yawn. You know yawns are contagious. And not only, like, I've seen it go from person A to person B to person C, back to person A. And it's funny because, like, it's contagious across species. Like, if you see a monkey yawn, you'll yawn too. And even dogs will yawn when they see a human yawn. And perhaps there's, like, evolutionary, reasons for that, in the sense that, you need a sort of synchronized sleep cycle or circadian rhythm, if you want to say. Thou shalt not, I shall. I really like the way these models look, especially our main commander. Oh, we're being attacked again. Yeah, you'll get a lot of infantry. Now remember that your main defensive unit, these turrets, have basically 2 modes. There is a anti-vehicle mode and an anti-infantry mode. Anti-infantry mode just shoots out a flamer, and it really hurts morale. But for the purposes of this one, I mean, you can either have the turrets do anti-infantry and have immolators do anti-vehicle, or you can have the immolators do anti-infantry and the turrets do anti-vehicle. And as you'll see, what I do is I just leave these turrets as anti-vehicle. So now we have the new thing about Hell Talons. That base that's producing the Hell Talons only produces Hell Talons. It doesn't send infantry at you, so I kind of ignore it for the purposes of this particular mission. I never destroyed them. Sorry. Don't tell me what I must do. Alright. Looks pretty good. So this is going to be like a cap that prevents our base from being attacked in 2 locations. It basically says anything that attacks us has to go through here. Alright. Also, let me say that missionaries are also detector units, so they can detect infiltrated, hidden things like mines and other infiltrated units. The thing about this game is that if you have the proper... there's actually a scripted event that happens right here, and I'm going to set in my Seraphim just to jump here because it's got up by demons at any rate. As soon as you land, they deep strike obliterators. Yes, it's an ambush. And so those guys are really hard to destroy. They are susceptible to phosphor grenades, but they're just very difficult. They don't have any morale. I hate it when there's infantry without morale. Oops, I don't know why I pressed that upgrade button when that was obviously about to die. The Sister of Pincha squads, I don't think have morale, and the Obliterators don't have morale, but I don't like infantry units without morale. I mean, I know the storyline elements behind it because Obliterators are effectively not human. Let me say this lore-wise, this is a clarification. The Chaos Space Marines don't recruit. There are people that fall to Chaos, but the Chaos Space Marines are their own units. And so when you face these Chaos Space Marines, you're facing the Chaos Space Marines that rebelled against the Emperor in the 39th millennium, I think. So I think the Thousand Sons, and if you follow the canon closely, it's kind of revealed that the Blood Ravens, which weren't canon but only added by the video games, are actually a splinter of the Thousand Sons that stayed for the Emperor. Anyway, the Thousand Sons used to recruit people and had mortars that they recruited from different worlds, but they are died off. So when you face enough Space Marines, according to the lore, I know this sounds funny, you are facing the actual Marines that rebelled against the Emperor of Mankind a millennia ago. And it's not that they're immortal, it's just they don't die from aging. When you kill them, they're dead. They don't kind of respawn. Some of them do, I think, because of... Anyway, it's complicated. Anyway, I just love playing Chaos. When I... oh yeah, at upper levels, like I said, all of the Chaos units, including those troopers, are cloaked. You see right there, they're cloaked and infiltrated, and since we have a missionary, they were revealed. Like I said, the Emperor's Touch does great area effect damage, so it's just fun to have around. Those guys are going to put up a large fight because they're in cover, which means they take less damage. Aw, those poor dead people. They killed a missionary. I hate that. Anyway, yeah, when I play the DLC before this, Dawn of War Dark Crusade, I play as Chaos, and I just basically take over the provinces that give different perks, and then I come along and I just wait for the orcs to take over everything. And after the orcs take over everything, then that's that, and then I can just take over the orcs. It's pretty easy because unlike in this game, it is possible for one unit, one race to dominate and take over every other race. So if you wait too long, you're going to be overwhelmed. At the same time, it may be helpful to wait till one race dominates. The orcs usually do dominate in that game. Anyway, and then take over the orcs, and you beat the game. But like I said, Dark Crusade does not have... It introduced the Necrons, but it does not have anything else. Alright, well, I got 30 seconds left. Let me say that thanks for joining me. This has been my Let's Play / appreciation / farewell of Dawn of War Soulstorm. And I really think that's it. Anyway, like I said, Dark Crusade does not have Sisters of Battle, does not have Dark Eldar. And I guess that's it. Thanks for joining me and have a nice night.